Denny, I'm not well.
You're not well?
I'm not well.
Why?
This Britney Spears news has had me completely shaken and shook for the last 24 hours.
You had me concerned for just a hair of a second. I was like, what's going on? Do we need a vibe check? But it's Britney and JT. I know. My
Yeah,
head exploded. My head
yeah.
exploded. Let's
Vibe,
start there. Let's get
vibe
right.
check me on that. I mean, truly broke the internet and disrupted my day in so many ways yesterday.
She pulled a fast one on us. So Britney posted this video of her, as she explained it, trying to TikTok or Snapchat or whatever the kids are doing. But she was doing it. She was dancing to her ex Justin Timberlake's song off of Man of the Woods. I couldn't believe this. And in fact, she had deleted the post apparently. And so then I was like, oh my God. I would go on Twitter looking for the screen recordings.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the girl reposted and still shouted it out. The caption was everything. Should we read it?
Yes, please.
She said, P.S. I know we had one of the world's biggest breakups 20 years ago, but hey, the man is a genius. Great song, JT. The fact that she even acknowledged that breakup really did, I mean, it was front page news for years. I lived for it and then called him a genius. It was everything.
I have to tell you, there were 2 times as a child where I asked to stay home due to pop culture like repercussions that it had on my soul. When Ginger Spice left the Spice Girls and when Britney and Justin broke up.
Yeah.
I was physically unwell. I didn't know what to do with myself. So imagine, Britney called it 20. It's actually been 18 years since they split.
Oh my God.
We'll round
Carry
up.
the one.
We'll let Britney round up. I literally just going about my day yesterday, and then one of our producers, Carlo, he slacked me and he said, stop everything.
Yeah.
I read it and literally my heart sank into my stomach because it's just like, it's the most nostalgia possible for someone like you or me who were millennials. Like Britney and Justin were the it couple of our childhood, our early adolescence. And I think it proves time heals all wounds. You know, everybody's moved on here. They're both happy in different relationships. And I think it's cool that you can shout out your ex and your ex can shout back.
I literally like jumped out of the couch like when I saw this too. And I think you're right. I think it's because of the nostalgia factor. But more than anything, I feel like once they broke up, it was like this taboo topic. Like you can't bring up the J word with Britney. You can't bring up the B word with Justin. Like they never really addressed it.
Well, it was messy and there were allegations. And then we had the Crimea River video and we had the Every Time video. And so we kind of saw little nuggets, glimpses, I guess, in their art or in the press or in tabloids.
But never like this.
We are in 2020, we're quarantined, and we are getting the Britney Justin moment that I think we've all wanted for so long.
Quarantine is changing people. It's affecting them to the point where even Justin himself commented on the video, and his response, it was just simple emojis like the cry laughing emoji and the hand praise. But like I'm glad it wasn't more than that, right?
Well, anything more, and then people start to hyper analyze it, and then, you know, because they both are moved on. And, you know, I think there's still, like you mentioned, there's that taboo surrounded by the term exes. So I think he played it smart. It was funny, it was cute and cheeky.
And he wasted no time. He commented pretty quickly after she posted it because, you know, we were all of us were looking at it. In fact, you highlighted a few amazing reactions to this post. What was your favorite?
Well, so of course her sister chimed in, and her sister is so protective. I love that so much about their bond. Jamie Lynn Spears said, blogs are already plotting their outrageous stories. You keep having fun and looking cute though. Yeah. Now, of course, Britney is in a new relationship. She's dating Sam Asghari. He's like a fitness wizard. The guy is insane.
So he's jacked.
He commented, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even MySpace was inspired by you. I think it's interesting. He didn't comment on the whole JT of it all. He kept it about the social media. And of course, our girl Snooki, we love Snooki. She said, work. Yeah. And I'm sure she appreciated it for the same reasons you and I did.
Listen, all we need now is a Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears collab, okay? They have moved on. I think that era is in the past, but let's embrace the next era, especially when we get out of here, out of quarantine. Please do some music together. I know they both have said they're interested in the past.
And I think it would just be the thing that would maybe heal us and bring us together. It was like when Chris Brown and Rihanna did a song together. Remember how much that completely rattled and shook the world? Yeah. Justin and Britney linking up on a track. Personally, I think it's a little unlikely, but at the very least, a Mickey Mouse Club reunion. We've heard he's down, he's told ET he's down, Britney has told ET she's down. To get them on a stage or a panel together, that I feel is maybe a little more likely, and I would be happy with a photo.
You know,
Truly.
it's like make it happen at next year's Video Music Awards because
Something.
I feel like they are also emblematic of that particular award show and MTV and all of that. Like that would be a moment, even if they just like presented an award together. I think that could happen. We're gonna get them side by side, some new pics with them. Brad and Jen, who like it's Justin and Brittany. Okay, I can't wait for it.
I love it.
Until then, let's talk about another photo that is that has got the internet looking twice, I will say, because I did not recognize at first who this person was, but it is none other than the dashing Army Hammer in a very shocking transformation. It is a curly mohawk mullet and a handlebar mustache. So he posted this on Instagram with the caption, "Killing the game." And I was like, what happened to my beautiful Army Hammer?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is he's such an award circuit staple. He's a red carpet, like a vision almost every time he steps out on the red carpet, and he's so tall and dapper and dashing. He's wearing suits and tuxedos that are like tailored to perfection. So to see him in complete stark contrast, doing sort of his best Joe Exotic,
oh my God.
A little, it was shocking. 100%. It was a side of him I've never seen.
We don't have to wait till Halloween for everyone to transform into Joe Exotic. It's happening before our eyes. Oh my God. Next time you see me, I'm going to have a mustache. Just kidding. But
Denny, you could do it.
I will. Absolutely not. I did
Denny,
it once.
The army. The army.
You know what? There was actually a report that like all these guys are starting to do mustaches, like the new hair dye or whatever. I did a mustache once years ago for like Mustache March in college with all the guys I lived with. And literally I was so committed that we had to take a family photo while I had that mustache. It still exists on a wall somewhere and people still make fun of me for it.
Give us the fans want the receipts. I'd like that edited into today's show. Thank you.
Oh my God. Am I going to pull it for you guys? Maybe.
Yep.
If you're looking at it now, this was against my will. Listen, what was amazing was his Call Me By Your Name co-star, Timothy Chalamet. He commented like 2 red panting emojis. I have to disagree. He didn't do it for me. Him in that shirt, like, yes, thank you, arms. Thank you. What's the fringe? I can't get behind this look.
You know, I just think whether or not you can get behind it, it's quarantine. There's no rules. Have fun. Live your best life. Look, he also shared an image painting his toenails or showing that his toenails are like a shade of pink. Unexpected, but I'm here for it. Like, now is the time to try it. You can't do it when you're, filming your new Martin Scorsese project. Do it now while you're at home.
That's a good point. And I was just shocked by how much hair he cut off. But you're right. He's not the first, and I don't think he's going to be the last celebrity to kind of just like switch up their look during this time. We saw Hilary Duff. She dyed her blonde hair like a bright, bright blue. Colton Underwood shaved his head, although a lot of fans don't think it's real. I got to tell you, the quarantine look that has shocked me the most is actually DJ Khaled. Because he let his like salt and pepper and gray hair and beard grow out like he's super scruffy. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what he actually looks like when you take away the celeb stylist and the haircuts and the grooming? Like he looks like any dad. Like, you know what I mean?
Totally. He is your dad. He is my dad. I have to say there's something for au naturel that just, I don't know. I feel like it works for me. Not for me. It works. Like I like looking at people who are au naturel. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just embrace who you are. If you've got roots, if you've got salt and pepper in your beard, I think it's so refreshing because we're used to seeing the red carpet glammed up version. I'm really enjoying seeing people in their natural state.
I think also it's a welcome break and a nice reprieve. Think about someone like Kim Kardashian.
Oh my
God. I think about that all the time. They are when they're doing so much press and like filming the show, they're constantly in hair and makeup, which by the way, I'm sure takes at least an hour in that chair every day. It's
the time, and it's also the wear and tear that it takes on your skin, on your hair, on your nails. I mean, think about going au naturel and how it's just giving your body that chance to breathe and to do its own thing. I love it. I love a quarantine au naturel glam.
Given our jobs, we are not all natural. I'm not going to lie. I did not wake up like this. I actually had to put this together. This is a transformation. I'm the opposite transformation. I woke up looking like DJ Khaled in quarantine. So here we are now.
Right. I do have to say I'm enjoying wearing less makeup than I usually do when we're at ET. This took me 15 minutes.
I was gonna say I'm not putting any heat in my hair these days. My hair's too long, so I'm just embracing the natural, the curls. Okay?
Well done.
Curls for the girls. Listen, let's talk about these celebs though, who are we're finding out quarantining apart. Julianne Hough, Brooks Lake, Megan Fox, and Brian Austin Green. They're among the celeb couples that are reportedly not living under the same roof while they're quarantining. I would love to get your thoughts on that because we hear these stories about celebs who are isolating together, not just celebs, couples and people, and this is really like putting a test on the relationship because you're in such close quarters and
Yeah,
really besides maybe going out for groceries and for a walk, there's nowhere else to go.
right.
What do you think about these celeb couples who are reportedly not spending time together while we're all isolating?
Well, I don't want to speak on their specific relationships. I don't know their relationships. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I think this is a weird time. And
Hmm.
it's a lot for all of us, regardless of whether you're married, single. It's a
True.
lot for anyone to process. And if these specific celebrity couples are choosing this time to take time apart, so be it. You know what? This is a good time where you hopefully don't have as many work distractions as you usually do,
Mm.
take the time to be apart, grow, think, self-reflect, do all those things that you need to do to hopefully get your relationship in maybe a smoother state or a better state. And again, I don't know. I'm choosing to quarantine with my husband,
Right.
and I have to say I feel really fortunate. We recently got married, and thank God we're a good match because
Yes.
we're spending constant amounts of time together. And I know you're with your boyfriend as
Yep.
well. And if you're in the wrong relationship, being together 24/7 can be very detrimental.
And I think that's what people mean when this pandemic and us having to quarantine is a test on relationships.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think it's more of like proving that you're with the right person. I literally just told my friends yesterday, thank God my boyfriend who we've only been dating for less than a year
right.
is not an a-hole. Like, you know what I mean? I found the right person to be shipwrecked with on a deserted island, you know?
Let's have a moment for all the new couples who had no idea that their like 2 week long relationship was going to end up like this.
Like Demi Lovato.
Yes.
Apparently, she is reportedly quarantining with her boyfriend of 1 month, Max Elric. And Us Weekly is reporting that he's like ready to pop the question. And so it got me thinking, I'm like, wow, quarantine is either going to make or break couples. Maybe I'm a hopeless romantic. I think it's actually going to help couples. Even if there's a little stress, because obviously this is a stressful time. And
Yeah.
you even said it, it's a weird time for everybody. We've heard it from Kristen Bell. She told ET that, Dax Shepard, her husband's driving her crazy. We heard it from Cameron Diaz the other day about her husband. Like, but I think it's only going to make people stronger. Like, again, maybe I'm too optimistic for my own good, but I think it's going to make couples.
Yeah. Look, just speaking on a personal note, my husband and I moved in together before we got engaged because we've been dating for a while. And I felt like it was important for us to know how you behave at home, what quirks you have. I wanted to know all those things before I made a really serious commitment, like getting engaged or getting married.
Totally.
And like to your point, this is the ultimate like make or break kind of test. And when you're in quarantine with someone, you see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy for Demi. I just have to say she's been through so much and she's just kind of been on this rise this whole year with so many amazing moments, Super Bowl and the Grammys,
Grammys, yeah.
and now she has a boyfriend, and reportedly he wants to pop the question. I couldn't be more happy for her, truly.
Ooh,
And I hope this quarantine is doing good things for them.
I hope so too. He cute too, Demi. Good job, girl.
Yes.
We're happy for you. Okay, speaking of happy, let's end on a positive note because there are a few amazing celeb feel-good stories out there. I wanted to highlight one myself, Bad Bunny. So which by the way, we were talking about quarantine transformations. He's living his best life. You can tell he's a little bored. He's a little cooped up, but he is
celebs are.
Right?
They're not allowed to like work at all. The nature of their job is taken away by this pandemic. So you know what, Bad Bunny, live your best life, dress up, have fun.
And you know what? He's also taking a little break from all the glitz and glam and the makeup too, because you remember his last music video. I mean, he did full drag. So he's enjoying He's enjoying being shirtless, let the beard grow out a little bit. Well, a fan recreated this Instagram photo of him sunbathing in like heart eye sunglasses. She painted it herself, posted it on Twitter. He saw it and he bought it from her. He said he wanted to buy it from her. He's like, I'll give you $5,000 for it. How amazing is that?
I mean, it just touches my soul because number one, I don't know her financial place, but people like Taylor Swift who have been reaching out to fans and just depositing money in their accounts. That's so moving and so touching and so generous. But on a more like, I don't know, artistic level, for that artist to be recognized for her work by the person that she drew or painted, that's
Subject.
gotta be like the pinnacle of her career. Like that's so cool.
And it was so good. Like I kind of want
Beautiful.
that
Yeah.
painting. Like I want that painting. I don't have 5K to give to you, a very talented artist, but I'm
We'll
glad.
get you a print. We'll get you a print.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Michael Shea, you guys know him from Saturday Night Live. So he just paid tribute to his late grandmother in the sweetest way. So his grandmother, Martha, actually passed away from complications from COVID-19 earlier this month. And he took to Instagram on Wednesday to share how he's celebrating her memory. He basically found he went to her apartment complex, not physically, but he actually is working to pay the rent for some of the tenants in her complex in New York City.
So
And I thought that was just such a beautiful tribute.
if you have the means, and a lot of these celebrities do, it's been so beautiful to watch them all step up.
Yeah.
And could you imagine hearing Michael Chase taking care of your rent for this month? That's huge.
Can you believe that? He's literally paying 1 month's rent for all 160 apartments in that complex.
Good on you, Michael Che. I love that.
I love that. And finally, a lot of people are watching a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows, listening to podcasts, listening to music, cooking, basically trying to occupy their time. I'm not much of a reader, Deidre. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a reader. The stack of books here, that is not mine. That is Pranav's. Okay. But
yin and yang.
exactly. But thankfully, if reading is your tea, LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow, he is taking his podcast to Twitter and he is offering up 3 live readings via live stream for people on Twitter and for fans of him. And we actually got to chat with the Reading Rainbow star himself about why it was important for him to give back in this way.
I really saw a lot of artists, musicians in particular, DJs, step up and step into this moment. And I thought, well, what can I do? Well, I can read. I was raised by a woman who stressed the value of your life being of service. And so when this happened, I really wanted to do something. And reading aloud is something that I love to do. It's one of my favorite ways of telling stories.
Reading Rainbow. Wait, what's the? Oh, I actually was trying to remember the melody to Reading Rainbow, and I lost it. Was that it? I can't remember. It's been years.
Rainbow.
Is that it?
I think it's. I don't know. It sounded right.
Take a look. It's in a book. Eat tea and Reading Rainbow.
We'll have LeVar's full interview up on etonline.com for you, and of course on ET's YouTube channel, because we are still pumping out all the celeb news and pop culture and videos. I mean, I wouldn't have a camera set up here if we weren't. So there you have it. Deidre Behar, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
You as well. Fingers crossed. We need that Britney Justin MMC reunion or something.
Put it on the universe, okay?
Yeah.
Let's manifest it. All
Yeah.
right, you guys. Enjoy your day, and we'll be back tomorrow with another ET Live at Home.